Okay, so if you're anything like me, you've been prolonging a goal, a dream, something that God told you to do. Well, you've been prolonging it for my case. It's been years. It's been a couple years now, and I'll say a year. I don't know. It's been a while or whatever, and God was, He's gracious enough to still support and provide for me, even though I haven't done necessarily what I felt I'm supposed to be doing. He still is gracious enough to provide for me, but also will still keeping doors closed. Like, I've been knocking at a few doors that will not budge, they will not open. And so that is all the more confirmation that God is nudging me to do his thing, right? So, yeah. And it's just crazy. Every time I pray, ask for direction or guidance, it's like I get confirmation, I get scripture, I get all types of things that just confirms that, God said, go do this and go do it now. And so today is that day for me, and hopefully for you too. I am somebody who overthinks. I'm somebody who gets scared. I'll talk myself out of everything. Like if I had $1 for like the amount of ideas and things that I get, I'd be a millionaire. If I had $2 for everything, every idea, thought, dream, wish, whatever goal that I actually pursued, I have a good $50. Get what I'm saying? I don't take much action with the things that pop into my head. I'll for a second be like, oh yeah, this is good. I'll get amped up about it, and then like 2 minutes later, I'm already talking myself out of it. I'm already like, nope. Or I distract myself. I get distracted by any and everything, and the stuff that I wanted to do or I'm thinking about doing, it gets pushed further and further back. Yeah, so here we are. Today I prayed in my journal. I like to write out my prayers. Not all of them, sometimes. Most of them I write out though. And I was just praying like a regular normal prayer. Like I wasn't really expecting anything. I was just asking God, let your will be done. Like I'm trusting in you in this season, and that's what it is. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for all that you are, right? And then I was led to a scripture, yeah. In 2 Samuel, hold on, I got the book with me. 2 Samuel chapter 3 verse 18, and it says, now take action, because the Lord has spoken concerning David. Through my servant David, I will save my people Israel from the power of the Philistines and the power of all Israel's enemies. So of course, I'm not David. My name not David, obviously. But maybe the mission is somewhat the same. And I don't know. But all I see is, now take action. So that was another nudge. And if I could, I should have went through my journal, my book, so I could kind of like timeline all the things and even tell y'all like all the confirmations I received like along the way of God being like, go, you could do it, go. And how I just been like, you right, I can. But what's on TikTok? You right, I can, but let me take this nap. You right, I can, but let me try to get back into what I was doing before. So, yeah, it's been a journey, and I'm so grateful to God that He has been kind, because He did not have to be. I'm grateful that he's been kind to me throughout this. And let's be real and call it what it is, disobedience, because I am not doing what he told me to do because of my pride, because of my fear. And today I was just like, you know what? I'm deciding today that God is who he says he is. And I'm ignoring my fear right now. I'm ignoring all the things telling me not to. I'm ignoring the distractions. And I'm just going to step out and trust that God is who he says he is, and that he's with me and he's going to catch me if I fall. But also having faith that he's cleared a path for me and it's okay to go through. And that was actually one of the revelations I had before. So real quick, I read Exodus a lot because I was like, obviously I'm in a wilderness season. And I could talk about before how I began to figure out that that's what I was in. But so I've read Exodus a few times, and recently he like led me to read it again. And I'm reading it, and then, or maybe, I don't remember exactly, but anywho, I'm reading about when he split the Red Sea for the Israelites to escape the Egyptians, right? I think, yes, to escape the Egyptians, follow Moses, split the Red Sea, right? So I'm reading that, and it was just kind of like revealed to me, like, I think I always just looked at it as like, oh, it's just a miraculous thing that God did to save his people. And then it wasn't until that point when I read it, when he was like, okay, but look at what this is meaning. Look at what this is. I cleared a path for these people, just like I've cleared a path for you. And then I'm like, okay. And then he's like, and they walked through. They got to the other side. You're not walking through. Like, you have to step. You have to make that move. You got to step out. And I'm just like, but it's scary. And he's like, you don't, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, just put yourself in their shoes. You don't think they were scared? Like, you see some water, a sea. That's a lot of water. Just imagine it shoots up on both sides to the point where you can see the ground. That's a lot of water to be up in the sky. And you're telling me to walk through that? Like, that's scary. Because one, how do I know that a couple steps in, the water's not going to cave in on me? Like, how do I know? And it's kind of like, you either step out on faith and go through this path I clear for you, regardless of how scary it may seem, or you go back to what you was doing before, what you was in captive, when you was like held in captive, bondage, all that stuff. Like freedom, bondage, freedom, bondage. So I was like, dang, I get it. But yeah, so I am scared. Obviously, I think I've hit that nail on the head. I am scared, but I don't know. I feel like we all are, and I'm choosing to have equal level of confidence and delusion in my God, in my faith that, you know, it will carry me through, that he will carry me through. So that's what's going on. And this is your reminder, if you are like me, to take action. Go ahead and take that step, girl, guy, whoever may be listening. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Look, I came on here looking crazy, edges puffy. I don't even care about my background. Don't pay attention to it. But yeah, God was saying go, and I'm tired of holding up the process. So we going. Take action. Bye.